the remote beaches in Kerala, India. As you can see behind me, there are very few places in India where you cannot see other people. So we were searching for a long time to find this place so we can record this video. Also, I try to record in places which are really dear to me, and normally I record yoga videos or just some topics which I feel important about, and for that I decided also to invite guests, some dear people to me, and that's why we have Claudia Göttling here with us today, who will speak to us about yoga therapy and MS. MS is quite an current topic, as more and more people, also in India, we are getting more and more phone calls and contacts that people got diagnosed recently, and they are completely distressed and don't know what to do about it. And I think Claudia Göttling, from her own experience, her own life, also battling with this disease, she can tell us more about it. Yeah. So I'm very happy you're here.
I'm also very happy, thank you, Mira.
And she was now 1 month, 4 weeks with us here in India, Kerala, or Arsha Yoga, teaching the practical part of the yoga therapy training for yoga teachers. So that's why I caught her and could record this video today. So I just have a few questions to answer, which I prepared. So first, I think for our viewers, it will be nice to know what is MS and what is the treatment, common treatment offered nowadays.
Yeah, MS is nowadays it's a really common disease. Unfortunately, it is an autoimmune disease. That means your own immune system is attacking you or is attacking some parts of your body. There are many autoimmune diseases which we know, not only MS, but MS is really common, and it increases, and it means that immune system will attack part of your nervous system, in the spinal column and also in the brain, and that could have really severe dysfunction in the body. You might lose the control over your limbs. You could have problems with your eyesight, with the speech. You have problems, or you could have problems with emotions, like depression can come out, anxiety of course, or you might lose the control over your urination or bowel movement, numbness, tingling. Yeah, there's no end, but I can say like that. Yeah. A lot of things can happen. Yeah.
So it's really depressing for some people.
Yes, of course.
When they get diagnosed.
It is a shock. When you get this diagnosis, it is a shock. But the main problem is that in the West, what we know about that, then when you go to Google, then you will have a lot of things, and you will think, oh my God, that is the end of my life so far. And that is not nice, really. But it isn't like that, of course. But modern medicine, they don't have good solutions, and they say it is not curable. Okay. They are not able to offer you a cure. They can only offer you some things to work on the symptoms.
Reduce the
symptoms, and they say they want to reduce the attacks because it is going in attack will be there, and then you will have a lot of symptoms, and then they give you steroids, and
so a lot of side effects also of the modern medicine.
A lot of side effects.
Okay.
It's not
and so what is the role that yoga therapy can play in the treatment of MS, or self-help in that case?
It is a big thing. I found out over the last years it is helping me in so many ways. So not only on the physical side, of course, it helps you to stabilize your body, to regain more strength, to find back to more balance. Balance is always a big problem, a big task for MS people.
Because sometimes it is, you need to do less one day, the next day you can do more, so it's day to day different.
That is the point. What is really like hell, let me say. When somebody's asking me, I always tell, I don't know if you always had, if you had that someday, when you were awake like for 2 days, like in my younger age, on a weekend, like don't have sleep for 2 days maybe. That is exactly that feeling. You feel like you don't had sleep at all over some days. Body is really exhausted, really tired. Your mind is like completely empty. You are not able to think in a clear way. It is, it's awful. It's really not nice. And especially with that, yoga therapy is really helping.
So reducing the fatigue or strengthening what we say in yoga therapy, prana, no, the vital energy.
Yes, to come to that balance again. And on the physical side, of course, if you have problems with walking, for example, it will strengthen, it will bring more balance. And for the eyesight, the eyesight could be improved with some of our exercises from yoga therapy. So in that, a lot of things are there on the physical side, but for me personally, I feel the most benefit mentally and my mind and the lifestyle. Yoga therapy is not only doing exercises, doing yoga, asanas like we do in West, like you know. It is more like a yoga lifestyle, and you implement it on your completely daily routine.
Yes.
And that is the strong point, because you will become aware of how much energy you have, and you will be able to balance that better,
Distribute something, leave out. Actually, what even a healthy person needs.
Yes, the diet is one point of that. Huh? All that thing, like that whole daily routine from the morning you wake up till night, and when you follow that small points, you will have a really big benefit, and it helps a lot.
Okay. So what would you say is the main benefit? Now you just said, routine and the daily routine, but maybe I would say many MS patients, MS multiple sclerosis, we didn't mention that. It's the abbreviation. We didn't even mention, but it's MS means multiple sclerosis. So when people that get diagnosed, they really get panicky, and this fear becomes, like a everyday, daily bread.
Yes, this is overwhelming.
This big fear in the mind.
Yes.
So what can we do that? I think, and in yoga therapy we actually categorize MS as a psychosomatic disease. That means originating in the stress in the mind, isn't it?
It is that point, you're absolutely right. And that is also the big benefit and the big strength of yoga therapy. You will regain that confidence, that trust in your life. You will be able to come out of that fear, of that anxiety, that panic. That is ever there.
Yeah.
Like the whole day, or a big part of your life, especially when you are diagnosed only really freshly, then this will always be there. How it will be, what will my life be, how I will go on, will I be dependent on other persons, what's with my family, what's with my job, all that things, they will be there in your mind. And yoga therapy helped me a lot to come out of that completely. So I don't have fear now. Nowadays.
Yeah,
it's really
just living in the moment from day to day. That is the main point, and learning that also,
and realizing that the biggest part of our stress is we are making
it up.
Yeah, and we are making on ourselves.
Yes.
And that is one point. So MS is really sensitive to stress. I had a job.
That is my next question.
Okay. So
how did yoga therapy help you personally to combat the disease? Like, when did your diagnosis come, and are you taking any allopathic medicines now? How do you deal, like when was it diagnosed, what were the symptoms, and how you are managing, what is happening now personally to motivate other people?
So now It is. So in a few days I will be 40, and I was diagnosed with 33. So it is some
7 years back.
Yeah, 7 years back. And at that time I was really busy. I had really a good job.
What was your job in the?
I was working for
the company?
Japanese car manufacturer and motorcycle manufacturer, and I was head of a team from 8 people, so I was responsible for 8 people there, and really busy, like on business trip some days, other days, long time in the office, and I really liked, but it was stressful. It was strainful for me, but I don't realize. So let me say like this: MS was giving like a cut, because my body and whole system was not able to handle that nicely anymore, and it was like a breakdown. And then it came up, and then I went to a hospital, and I was there some time, and then I was not able to go to work for 4 months, like that. I had a lot of symptoms.
Okay. So you had like a seizure, I think we call it seizure, and then 4 months you couldn't do anything. Okay.
Yes, like that. And then I was thinking, so okay, what to do? In the hospital they offered me that therapy, and I said to myself, no, that is not my way. Because
what was the therapy they offered you?
That is like they call it basic therapy, and you have to inject that medicine once in a month or once a week. It depends on what they give you. There are different types, but you have to inject yourself, and it will have a lot of side effects. Like then you always feel like you have a cold,
like flu.
Like
I think it's the steroids, isn't it? That's their treatment they're giving.
And so I decided, no, I don't want that. And they were really, somehow they were like aggressive with me. Oh, you're stupid, and what about your family? They always tried to convince me of that therapy, but I was really quite sure. And
maybe it's an expensive therapy also.
Of course.
They get money out of it, you know.
It is like 2,000 or 3,000 euro for the health insurance they have to pay monthly until the end of your life. So this is it is a big thing, and I decided no, I don't want. There must be something else. So I searched for alternatives, and I was yoga teacher at that time.
You were already in yoga.
So I knew that time I will handle it differently, and I know it will work. I had that confidence, and my family supported me. That is also really important if you want to do something like that. And then I decided I go here, and I found a place, Ayurvedic treatment for MS, and 1 year later, it was not 1 year later, it was only 3 months later, I went there for 8 weeks in total.
8 weeks, okay. Ayurveda treatment for MS. I wonder if the sea will not flush us out soon. It's getting closer and closer. Let us see.
I went there, and that was life-changing experience for me. And I was really, everything came out. The fear, I was crying a lot. Depression was there. On the other hand, and a lot of confidence and strength, and it was a mix, like up and down, 8 weeks, but I was really willing to do it. I felt it will help me, and like that. Then when I went back, I decided I will quit my job, because I know I will not be able to come out of that stress
if you keep that kind of job.
If I keep that, because when I do something, I do it really with full involvement, and I was quite sure. They offered me, like, you can work from home, you make home office and all that stuff, but I said no, I don't want. I have to quit, otherwise I will not.
So would you say, like, main prerequisite for yoga therapy treatment with MS is the patient's main willpower? Like, they have to want and strongly decide?
Yes, you have to. Yeah, you have to. It is a decision you have to.
You have to take that very firmly.
And nowadays, sometimes that kind of disease could also be like a, how can I say, like a you have that like a shield, like a protection from everything else. You can come out easily of your duties because when you say,
You are like a victim.
yeah,
But you can keep
and if you,
responsibilities away, not
Yes.
being to take the responsibility, self-responsibility.
and other people, they will always behave really nice with you, of course, and
Yeah.
they try to protect you, and you should not do that much, and yeah,
But that
you
will
be
only
that-
worsen the situation.
That is absolutely worsen the situation, and therefore that is the main point. Let me say, you have to take that decision. I want to be healthy again. I want to be independent,
Yeah.
and if you decide that, then it is quite easy.
So in those 7 years from your first seizure, like, are there any symptoms which stayed worse? It worsened, or it's just staying stable, or it even got better, like in the 7 years?
Yes, yes. My main symptom was that fatigue.
Fatigue, yeah.
And my left side of the body is weaker,
Yeah.
in the arm and in the leg especially. And after my first attack there 7 years ago, I wasn't able to walk more than 2.5 kilometers.
Okay.
And then I start, like, how do you say, stumbling.
Yeah, stumbling, yeah.
Stumbling, and and it gets worse one day. But now it improved. So nowadays I'm really able to walk like 3.5. It depends.
Okay.
And yeah.
So it's actually not worsened. Any
No.
symptoms haven't come more.
No.
It has even gotten better.
and I didn't have any attacks since then.
Oh, since 7 years.
Yeah.
So you can see 7 years, some people, when they get diagnosed and they get this terrible fear, modern medicine is not offering you any solution, then this fear is actually making them worsen the condition, because fear is nothing else than stress in the mind. And then the symptoms will go very fast and it will worsen the condition very fast. So I think this is a great picture you have given us. A great hope for everybody
I
there.
hope I could,
Yeah.
I could do that, because I'm working with some MS patients, and that is what I really found out. That is the main problem, and from their surroundings, from their work,
Yes.
from their family, they are always like, oh, you poor, and that will
Pampered
worsen.
up.
Yeah, pampered. That will worsen the condition,
Yeah.
and they feel themselves.
They feel
okay,
like sick.
I'm
Yeah.
sick. I'm a
Yeah.
victim. I will never be.
I'm dependent.
healthy again. all
I'm
these things.
dependent. I cannot do that. Yeah.
And that is the main point. You have to come out of that, because nowadays, and we know it. Normally we know it. Everybody has some issues. The world is not always that happy and nice place. Some people are struggling with things, and there are more bad things than MS, let me say like that. So
Yeah.
for me it was like a life changing, and now I'm really aware of my
Your own
life,
system
of my
and
system,
how it works.
of my stress level,
Yes.
what I can do, and I really enjoy.
Yeah. So actually, just let me say, in this way, MS could be a blessing also.
Yes.
Like we can see it like it's a tragedy, but if we look at it from a different angle, we can see it as a blessing, because it makes you aware of your whole life, and maybe you change your job and do something which you always really loved, which you could never do before because some false ambitions. So it's really the point of view, and I would like to invite you to our MS retreat, where we will join yoga therapy and Ayurveda, and individually look at each and every person coming with a single issue. Claudia will be also there with us for this retreat, and it is a 10 days retreat from October 26th till November 9th, 2018. So this year still at our Arsha Yoga Gurukulam, just here, down here, 2 kilometers down the beach. Arsha Yoga Gurukulam, and so everyone is invited for that. Everyone will be assisted individually. There will be a medical practitioner always available, doctor. We are making clean food, vegetarian food, wholesome diet. Our space is also very clean, so you don't need to have any fear regarding coming to India and hygiene wise, and also traveling. Don't worry about it. If you are worried about it, we can form a groups for the flights and come together. Or Claudia is also flying from Germany. I will be also already here, but maybe from Europe we can meet in Frankfurt and organize that flight together if you are scared of flying all by yourself. So I think we can organize really nice. And one last question I have to Claudia. So why could this retreat what we're organizing together, why could it be a life-changing experience for somebody? Like, they think, why can I go to Europe to do something like that? Why do I have to go all the way to India, for 10 days and prepare the flight, and I'll be tired? So what would you say?
But that is part of that.
Yeah.
Because it is really something different. Of course, you can do in Europe some retreats, which are also there. But this is to come out of your daily routine, your daily life and your surrounding. This is like, how do you say it? Yeah, you come out of your comfort zone, and this is making a change in your mind, and you will be more like awakened, and you will be curious how things are going here. You will be
out of
interested.
this lethargy, depressive, which is a lot,
that is
a lot accompanying the.
You will have a lot of new impressions. The people here, the smell, everything is different. The light. We will be at that really nice, beautiful place, which I call definitely it's my second home, because I really love to come here. You can swim in the sea. Swim. It is different, and you will come out of your normal thoughts of all that stuff, and you will be really able to find a new point.
Accept new. First we have to empty, and then we can accept new.
That is it. Of course there will be some struggling, but that is part of that. So,
and we are there for you to help you out. There will be an Ayurveda doctor to help you out. No point to worry.
Yes.